Good morning, guys. We are at our favorite beach, and like every Monday, we do not have the baby with us. Alright, so today we woke up not feeling the best. Not because that we are sick, but because you see the reality of becoming a parent is that the relationship between husband and wife can sometimes take a backseat because we are in like survival mode sometimes, of like trying to navigate through everything, trying to make it work. And this morning we woke up not feeling the best because we had a quarrel last night just before we went to sleep. And because this is a video diary, it's something that we want to authentically record and remember, and also at the same time, whoever is watching this, I guess the real us, the real conversations are things that we want to record and remember, reflect from our struggles. And what I mean by that is that when we are able to look back on these moments, we can also recognize that God has His hand in full. Anyway, so now that it's a little bit more like there's no planes, I mean, like, it's good for us to remember this. It's like, how when you're studying and then you write your notes, but you don't necessarily read your notes back. I feel like this helps us to register better in our minds if we get to record this, whether it makes it in the vlog or not, or on the video diary or not. I hope it does. But sometimes it gets too real, then maybe like we start fighting while we're recording. It has never happened, but no. But anyway, long story short, right? Okay, I don't want to take too much time on this talking segment, but we just wanted to talk about the realities of being a parent and a spouse.
But last night was just a big miscom that spiraled into a whole other thing that we were both surprised as we talked about it today. When we were on the way here in the car. We realized that it spun into a whole other thing because a lot of our past issues surfaced through I guess quickly as like heated and escalated argument. So like to be a bit more less vague, it's like in my argument, I mean, I wasn't even trying to pick a fight, but it became a fight because of the way he received what I was trying to communicate and the tone that I was using. He felt very accused from whatever I was saying, but I was actually just trying to clarify certain things that we were doing, and eventually it spun into a whole other thing, like where my past wounds started showing, which I'm shocked because I thought these have already been dealt with, which is like sometimes I put my own experience with what I have with my family on him. And so when it came out and like, hey, how come I got this insecurity? How come I got this fear? And where is all this coming from? Like, I was honestly shocked because when he was trying to explain to me like certain things he said is not what I perceive it to be, I just broke down because I'm like, oh yeah, he's right. He's not this person that I am saying, but actually it was just me projecting my fears. And in that sense, I'm also shocked because like I thought these things have already been dealt with lah. So as we were processing on the way here, we realized like it's a few layers of things lah. Like miscomm, our tone, how we receive, and like different past issues that's coming up also.
So like what she said, right? Like what Audrey said. But I honestly am starting to realize that, and I think a lot of people also know that, but I think marriage and parenthood is actually a sanctification process because a lot of things that you did not know you had, right, is being unearthed, and a lot of the things that you have never dealt with or haven't dealt with starts to bubble up, starts to surface up, and you have a choice. You have a choice whether to respond with more anger, or more unhappiness, or more complaining and whining, or you can deal with it with a humble heart. And I realized today, we realized, right, that it was important for us to be humble to one another and towards God and towards the situation, right? Recognizing that, okay, we are not adequate enough, all right, and we have made mistakes, and only then we get to hear from God clearly. We get to hear what he actually said. So I give you an example, okay? So yesterday night when we were quarreling, I had a bit of a anger outburst, okay? Nothing too crazy. It's just like I was angry and I raised my voice. I didn't care if the baby woke up. And this morning when I woke up and I reflected on it, I really didn't like the me that came out. I really didn't like it. And I said, God, like I really came to God. I said, God, I really don't know why I'm like that. Like, why do I get into this outburst? And I thought I had it at like controlled already, like came to Christ, overcame all these kind of moments, but suddenly, like becoming a parent and dealing with our relationship as well, it's like I just seem to not have certain control over my anger, which I'm confused, And so I asked God this morning, I said, God, how, like, why do I have to deal with this? Why do I have to go through this, right? But what he was showing me was the words that came out of my mouth, or the thoughts that I had that God gave me was to treat Audrey's as if, no, not as if, to treat Audrey's as God's daughter. And so that brought me into a place of repentance where I was literally asking God for forgiveness, as if I'm asking Audrey's dad to forgive me for being angry at her daughter, right? Yeah, and I think that that gave me a whole new perspective of how I can approach our conversations. And it was only when I could humble myself and say, God, like, I'm sorry. I really need a right perspective of this, because I think the perspective I had was what I needed, or what can help me be better. But I realized that God was showing me how he wants it. And when he shows me how he wants it, how he sees it, whether I'm right or wrong, this is a daughter of God, and this is his daughter, and I need to love her and honor her father in heaven by loving her properly. And I think that was a new perspective for me. You cry? She cries. Yeah.
Just not in the car, I really cried.
Yeah.
This is still very raw lah. Like we're still processing it also.
Mm.
You cry? Yeah lah, I cry. I always cry. I like to cry actually.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we just wanted to record this, and I guess the question of the vlog today, I don't know, I've been starting this whole question thing, and it's quite fun because then we get to meditate on a certain question, and then you who are watching this also get to ask yourself, right? So the question for this vlog today is, how has parenting changed you? And what have we done to overcome certain parenting challenges as husband and wife? Yeah. Yeah. Something to think about, something to meditate about. And yeah.
Big two question.
It's a two question. It's a two-part question. Yeah. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy the beach. Our favorite beach without the baby. Okay, guys. I just want to clarify. I love my baby. Okay, but I also love the times that she gives us a break. So today, very good. Thank you, childcare, for caring for our child and helping her be a better person.
Now I'm gonna check what she did.
Yeah. Alright, it's a brand new day, and today is a special day because it's not only an off day, but it is also a day where me and Audris and MB, I guess, we're going to be doing a shoot, a maternity shoot for one of our friends. Cause yeah, we just felt like we want to do something nice for them because they've been so kind to us and also they're good friends. So we're going to be doing a shoot together, and it's been a while since me and Audris actually got to do a shoot together, and I feel like for me and Audris, somehow our sweet spot is always it's like we are always in sync when we are able to do work together. And I guess in some way our relationship kind of like was structured in that way when we started dating. We started doing projects together, we started working on each other's brands and businesses side by side, and that really established this like cohesiveness as a couple. So yeah, I'm very excited. We used to do shoots for people, maternity shoots and family portraits, and so this is something that, you know, Audrey just came up with this idea like, hey, let's do it for our friends, you know, before they pop. And so yeah, it's time to pack up and do this shoot. Whew! Alright, so we are almost all packed up. All the gears here. 2 lights, 1 Fresnel bundle, and some light stands. And we're gonna use the Fuji X-T50. Hi! You wanna say hi? Come! You wanna say hi? Say hi! We got this, our guest appearance. MB, our new teammate. Yes, hi! Hi! MB's gonna be a good girl later on, right? Yeah? Then you get to play with Cha-Cha. Huh? Cha-Cha. Yeah. That's right. Uh-oh. Yeah. So we're gonna shoot with the XT50, and Audris is going to be shooting with the XT32. And there's this little purchase that I made quite a while back, but it finally arrived. And that is a fog machine, a handheld fog machine. And if you're wondering, if you have never seen this before and you're wondering what it does, this is what it does. Look at that. Look at that. So basically we're gonna try and use this as well. This is the Ulanzi handheld Filmog fog machine. But anyway, how cool is that? Man, I've always been so obsessed with like smoke and fog, but it basically makes the entire area feel very like cinematic, you know? Oh, look at that! Alright, and here are the 3 lenses that I'm going to be using. We have this vintage 51.2. This is a Canon FD lens. This is one of my favorite lenses that I use. And then we have the TT Artisan 27.28 f.2 autofocus. And then we have the 10-24 Fujifilm X f lens, autofocus. So these three are the heroes of the shoot for today. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I think these three lenses are three lenses that I feel will work really well for this shoot. We have like the wide angle 10-24 just to get like a nice like environment shot, you know, and then we have the 27, which is like a little bit more close up, and then for the real like portraits really close up will be like the 50 1.2. So I think it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun shoot. So yeah, I've not loaded up yet because I was just setting up the cameras and setting up the lenses. Oh, and I also have a kit lens on it, which is like the 15-45. Super fun to use as well. So yeah, let's go to the shoot. Friends, so as I was editing this vlog, you know, we started with this question of how has parenting changed your life, and what do we do to overcome those, I guess, changes or challenges that happen. And you know, I realized that being a parent, it is a struggle, it is challenging, because it's a whole new way of life that is transforming you and changing you. And a lot of the times, those difficult times, it's very easy for us to rant about it, to complain about it, and all of that is challenging. But I also recognize that there are many good, cute, tender moments that makes it all worth it. Those precious moments, seeing your child grow up, seeing your child develop new skills, see your child become the person in which you get to be a part of, the person that God has created this child to be, and you get to be a part of that, is special, it's precious, and I think it's really powerful and empowering as well. And so the question was, how has parenting changed you? I think we can look at it at a very negative perspective. I'm starting to realize that maybe parenting is not so much about wanting to retain more of who we used to be, but actually exploring the better me that God has designed me to be. And I think this entire process of becoming a parent and being a parent, it's actually to be able and to be willing to embrace the change in which I thought I was, to become who He is crafting me to become. And I think that's part of the parenting journey experience. I guess I'm gonna end the vlog here today. And yeah, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, feel free to click on the subscribe button or the like button, and I'll see you at the next vlog.